Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very welcome. So it's Friday, Friday's request day. Today's map has been voted in by the Bonbon buddies over on Patreon, and it was a good choice. This one actually has been requested by two different people. Delroy, this is your selection, and also you may recognise this name. Him of the Plants, yes, Mr. Maison has asked for this to be reviewed as well. So it's now time. It's now time. You may even recognise the creator's name because they are a regular commenter. But before we do anything else, it's the daily reminder. That's right, hit the like button, really does support the channel, gets me seen by more people, helps me grow a little bit more every single day. Thank you very much for your support. Right, okay, today's map is JamRivera by SumitPMakwana. I'm sure the P is very important. They've changed their name since the one other time we've done one of their maps. There's your start square. They were previously called Maverick Hawks, which is a damned cool name. Not that SumitPMakwana is not a cool name. These resources, solid. That's about all I can say for that one, really. Off to the workshop. It's a mass transit map, and there is a little bit of a list of things to subscribe to. Not the world's longest list, but quite a few. We are using the Stray Cats theme Homecoming, and we're using the natural colour LUT. And yeah, may want to pause and have a little look through, see whether you fancy all of those goodies. Now, you may think all of those goodies, and yet we've got hardly anything here. This is kind of off the edge of the map a little bit, but there are areas which have been left clear for building on. I think that's the polite way of saying they're empty. There are areas like that, but not entirely. We've got some very nice terrain in terms of mountains. This is based on the real life location, based on it's an area of India. I did make a note, but no, I've lost my note, sorry about that. So yes, I see what they've done. They've Jam and then Rivera tapped on the end of it. Very good, very good indeed. I like it. Start square intersection. Oh, quick. Yeah, plenty high enough for that. Not so sure that it might be a close run thing with a cruiser. Hopefully there'll be a cruiser along. If in doubt, we'll pretend that the cruiser does go underneath it, but I'm not entirely confident. It's going to be a close thing if it does. Anyway, looking at the highways into the start square. Now, this start square has got a very interesting interchange in the middle. Two lanes going down to one lane here. And then we've got this swirly about, okay, with a tunnel. Where's the tunnel go? Look at the way. Now, so traffic comes in here, and then it loops around into that area there, into the tunnel, loops around underground, and then emerges right there, which is quite a way, really, when it could have just gone straight in. But I do like it's quite a nice aesthetic thing. Now, what I do like though is the exit. Okay, so if we come out here, we turn right. Now, if you want to get out onto the highway, you need to take a left here. Yes, we've got some encroaching foliage there. That looks like it's part of the vanilla asset, but what can you do? But I like that because if you've got traffic on, if the exits are on both sides of the roads, what I'm saying, so you will be forcing traffic to take extra lanes. Right, okay. Now, I thought there was going to be an asset around here. Maybe we'll find one somewhere else on the map. Actually, today's asset, when we do get there, is one of the best. It's really top class. Nice bridge, perfect bridge. Can't moan about that bridge. And we'll just cruise along. And now we've got another proper interchange here. It's I think it's plopped. We've got one or two minor grumbles here. I think you probably guess in advance what they might be. But yeah, it's a nice interchange. Very nice. Now, if you have a look here, we've got the road going under rail. That's fine. But we have street lamps, and street lamps are cutting right into the rail line there. And if we go and have a look at the interchange over here, we'll find a couple of Yeah, there we go. There's one. It's not actually in the highway, but it is cutting through the tarmac. So they are half sins, those ones. They are half sins. They're not going to affect the game, but they do look dreadful like that, I'm afraid. Now, if we carried straight on, we can go to the edge of the map that way. We can go to the edge of the map this way as well. There's a bridge in the way. I'm only coming up here to show you the tunnels. There's not really too much else to see down this way. So there you go, tunnels. And we'll head back the other way because there is slightly more interesting things going this way, like that bridge. Now we can do with a cruiser right now. Any chance that there might be a cruiser coming? Nah, of course there isn't. But it's a nice bridge. A little bit of blue mantle underneath there, tiny weeny bit. But other than that, it's a good solid, was it 5-span bridge? 6-span bridge? I didn't count them, but yeah, it's well done. That's what I'm saying. And we come back down the ground, and we've got another potential start location down here coming up on the left-hand side. It's fine. It's absolutely fine, and it's good if you want to be braking off in this kind of direction. Nicely done interchange on the bend as well, so easy to mess those ones up. And then down here we've got a roundabout for the start square, or the potential start square here. And we've got more foliage trying to be a bit naughty getting onto the roundabout, but it doesn't. Plus the asset of the day. It's French flat 54 and 55, two different assets here. 54 is on the left, 55 is on the right. If we drop down, have a little look at the signage. The brasserie, a Cher Johnny, a cocktail, a Epicerie, don't know what an Epicerie is, but there we are. Boulangerie and patisserie I did learn at high school. See, it's my French is my second language, barely, barely. Actually, English probably my second language. Gibberish is my first. Factoids because factoids. Shirley Williams was once considered for the starring role in National Velvet. Elizabeth Taylor got the part and became one of the world's biggest stars. Shirley Williams, she was that politician, British politician, wasn't she? Liberal Democrats or SDP or something. But anyway, French flats 54 and 55. Look how glorious these are. I do like the stairwells in the back as well. I like that. You might want to go back and have a look at those stairwells again. Very nice. But you're not going to go back and have a look now, because we're going to have a look at a bit of a jank on the road as it gets to the roundabout. But yeah, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, lovely. And the road does actually go right off the edge of the map this way, so we'll have a look at the rail. The rail isn't going to knock your socks off. There's not really much can go wrong with the rail. This is that other highway exit that we looked at but didn't follow, not the one that went to the tunnel, the one that went along the coast. You can probably work that out because there's a little bit of coast along beside us. Right. Dear, oh dear. Yeah, facebook.com/official BonBonB. Do come and join me over there. It's always good to have more Facebook followers, isn't it? I liken this rail over road. It's nice and gentle, and yeah, I can't really complain too much, apart from, of course, the street lights that's clipping through. But they did a very good job other than that. Down here, is this a perfect bridge? Oh, hang on. Have we got foliage in the catenaries? We have got foliage in the catenaries. Never mind. And then the rail goes under the road, and I'm not going to bore you with going to the edge of the map because you can see how boring this journey is going to be. Let's go somewhere else instead.
Do you have trouble knowing how to start a new city? Do you need to return to the absolute basics just this once? Don't worry, I won't tell. Then you need BonBonB's Beginner's Guide to Your First City. Click the information button now.
Are you back already? Good grief. Okay, JamRivera by SumitPMakwana, formerly Maverick Hawks. Shipping route goes through the bridge, which we're going to assume is high enough. I think we'll have to give benefit of the doubt because we're not going to find a cruiser today. Good shipping routes in all directions there. cuts across the rail routes, that is fine. And off to the water flow. We have a couple of rivers. They do have working water flow, although it could be a little bit more vibrant, but it's not that bad. It does get a little bit light in places, but there you go. Like down here where you've got two rivers merging, you should get a bit more torrent, but it's nothing until you get to this point where it starts getting a little bit whooshy, you know. Just checking up here, make sure the water is flowing the right direction, looking for an arrow. Any arrow. Ooh, just about. Hardly any water flow at all there. But the start square is down here, so you can definitely use that area. Now let's have a look at these mountains. A bit like the mountains yesterday. A little bit green, so they're like big hills really. Not necessarily the best theme for getting the most dramatic mountains, but they are well drawn out mountains. I cannot argue with the geology in these. They're quite solid. I mean, realism be damned where they merge into the terrain, but the terrain is there for be building on. These are just for backdrop, and it does actually say this in the description. They are just for a visual little treat. Now, these fields, they're a bit of fun. They're a bit of fun in the shapes. Having said that, I am going to a little grumble about one thing down here. Like, okay, so right, we're going to be doing some crops here. Let's pick some fruit out of this tree. I know it's not really a fruit-bearing tree, but just go with me here. We'll walk down to pick the crops out of the next tree. This is a bit of a long walk to get down to the fruit out of this tree, isn't it? I think you get what I'm saying here, is that the distances between the trees in terms of farm fields is quite extensive. You get out of breath before you got enough fruit. Imagine you having to drag a bucket of apples with you as well. Something. I'm not sure what are up here, but these are, yeah, I think the farmhands are giraffes there, I think. What have we got here? We've got rivers, and the rivers are fine. They're a bit gouged. A little bit gouged, but I've seen a lot worse than that one, and I'm prepared to accept those, just about, I think. Down here we've got, oh, I'll show you this cliff edge here. I can see how it's been put in there to make the castle look like it's been defended, but how would that have evolved? How would that have evolved geologically? I'm not entirely sure. It's an interesting feature anyway. Now the castle, ooh, it's a castle. We do have, I think it's supposed to be for sightseers. You know, we've got the roads not connected up, but we've got the switchback road leading up to the castle there. So it's a tourist castle. We have got the wall around the outside. It's a bit bendy. Now I like these towers. Look at the towers. They have got the gates on the inside. Somebody's been watching the show and they know to have the gates on the inside. Well done, Summit. Well done. Look, all of them. Gates on the inside. I'd even settle for the gate pointing into the wall, you know, if that was the case. Just pretend that the walls are hollow. I could live with that. It's just when they're on the outside, unless you're using it as a main gate entrance, and that would be my big problem. See, look here. Also, yeah, I like the way that the walls don't go through the towers. Well done there. But yes, I could do with a main gate, because this is a tourist destination. You would expect the tourists to be able to get in and wander around the castle grounds, which they can't because there's a wall. Okay, now let's have a little look here. We've got some beaches. Like we've got a big old beachy type island here, right? This is all sand, by the way. And in terms of sand, this is well, this is quite tall. It's about 20 meters worth of piled up sand. I think that is stretching belief a little bit there. And like here, we've got a big old beach. If you look at the profile of the beach again, and again, it's just kind of like a dome. It bends up, and I think we could do a little bit better. And we're going to do that today, because why not? Why not? And this is just on the fly. Don't expect this to be the world's greatest beach. Okay, I'm just slightly smaller brush size there. Reduce the strength a little bit. There we are. I'm going to flatten the beach out a little bit. So it's a little bit steeper away from the water there. So we're going to get a little bit of a, not quite a cliff. I'm not going for the cliff. I'm going for like a dunes kind of effect as we get in away from the water's edge. And I'm just going to smooth that out a little bit because because smoothing, you know. And yeah, I'm doing this very much on the. I've no clue if this is going to work or not when I was making it. And this is done pretty much real time as well, as you can tell. I'm just going to make a slightly sharper edge right at the top of the beach like that. And we'll get rid of some of the sand there. Come on, select the sand. A slightly larger brush would be better, BonBonB. Bigger brush, well done. Right, okay, that'll do. Much too big a brush, I don't care. I wanted to get this finished as quickly as possible. Right, I think that's going to be a better beach profile. See, I've taken the dome out the sand there, and then we've got the beach where it sort of like starts raising up. The sand stops there. I think that's more believable. I don't say it's great, but that's not too bad for like a half-minute job, really, is it? I don't know. There you go. Right, so beaches. Just the island was just a little bit of a lump, really. That was my problem with that island. It's more like a UFO, really, wasn't it? A flying saucer. We've got a mix of trees. We've got a lot of trees on this. Don't forget, there's a lot of subscriptions on this map. Oh, I've got to show you this before we go any further. Look at that mountain in the middle at the back. Doesn't it look like a volcano with smoke spewing out the top of it? Sorry. Your chance to vote on this map. Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the viewer's choice top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. As for me, I'm going to give you my ratings. Aesthetically, it's okay. It's one or two nice areas, but I don't think it gets to 4-star territory anywhere. It's never going to slip into 2 stars. It's a 3-star map. Detailing is okay. Detailing is okay. It doesn't shine. There are 1 or 2 interesting areas as well. I'm going to give it 3 for detail. With gameplay potential, I'm just going to give it 3 again. But I think there's 1 or 2 nice little concepts being put in, like that swirly roundabout in the start square where the traffic splits into 2 directions. And I'm going to give it a bonus star. 4 stars for gameplay. It's a close run thing. I think it's like a high 3, low 4, but I'm going to give it the 4th. JamRivera by SumitPMakwana. I wouldn't play it myself. But I can see a lot of people that would. And that being the case, good for you guys. Good for you. Enjoy it. Particularly like the shape of the river system in that as well. So anyway, thanks very much for watching, for commenting, for liking and for subscribing. Join me tomorrow for another map in the What's Map series. Old map on the screen now if you want to vote on something. And if I get time this week, hopefully I do vote tonight. I cannot promise it because at this time, I haven't even started recording it. So we'll see how that one goes. Anyway, have a great day and I'll see you very, very soon.